Hey guys, welcome back. Today I am showing you something very important, which is how are we going to keep a notebook in this class. So what I'm showing you here is my chemistry page, but this is applicable to both chemistry and physical science. You guys, all my students do it the same way, so this video works for both of you. So it's very important we pay attention because your notebook checks are quiz grades. There'll be a rehearse grade at the end of each unit. So we know by now that we are taking notes by hand. You guys are doing Cornell style notes for each lesson that you do in this course. Okay, we know that when we write things down by hand, we remember it better. And also that's a requirement of just being a student here is taking your notes handwritten. So what are we going to do in order to check them? Because it doesn't make sense to upload them every single day. That's a lot of submissions, a lot of things to do. So instead of doing that, you guys are going to take your notes by hand and then upload them into a digital notebook that you only submit at the end of the unit, okay? So the last day of the unit, whatever, however long that may be, on that last day, you will submit your notebook with all of your notes, and that's why it's worth a quiz grade, because it's all your notes for the unit instead of doing a daily submission, okay? So your notebook will be linked on the first day of the unit. Now, for an intro unit like this one that I'm going to show you here, the first few days we didn't have notes, so we're starting kind of halfway, but typically it will be linked on the first lesson of the unit that we're starting because we're going to do one of these for each unit. So for chemistry, this one's linked right here. It says Unit 0 Notebook, Intro to Chemistry. I'll have the link for you, and you will make a copy. Now, after you make your copy, my recommendation would be to make a folder in your Google Drive where you keep your chemistry or your physical science notebooks. That way you can open them up because after that first link, you're going to need to be opening the same one every single day that you do your notes. So I'm going to change mine to my last name. I would name it my last name. And then that way it makes it easy to find in your Google Drive, okay? Because it'll say copy of Chem Unit 0 notebook or physical science. You guys are starting in Unit 1. This is what your physical science notebooks looks like. But the first thing you want to do is make sure you rename it and make sure you can find it in your Google Drive because like I said, you're going to want to open it every day. And then for your notebook, you just want to make sure you add your name, okay? So that's step number 1. Now, if you notice on the notebook, and again, it's the same for physical science, so this is the same process, on top, you will see the unit and then the lesson in the unit. So for example, for chemistry, we're starting at scientific method. So this would be Unit 0, Lesson 5, scientific method. Your notes that you take for the scientific method, you will upload into this slideshow. Okay, so like physical science, you guys are getting started in Unit 1 because your intro unit is a lot shorter than chemistry. So like, for example, for physical science, this is Unit 1, Lesson 1, Classification of Matter, okay? So these are your notebooks, and I'm going to show you how to upload your notes into them and what they should look like. So you can do this one of two ways. Number 1, you can take a picture of your notes with your phone and email it to yourself and just save the picture of your notes onto your computer, or you can use your webcam and take a picture of your notes. Now, if you're using your webcam, please make sure that it's in good lighting and that the words on the page are actually focused so I can read your notes and grade your notes, okay? Because I need to be able to read them and make sure you're doing your cues and your summaries in order to give you full credit, okay? Now, I have my picture already on my computer. Again, you could either take a picture with your phone, send it to your CMS email, and just like copy or save the picture, or you can do it with your camera on your Chromebook. It doesn't matter as long as you upload your pictures to the correct lesson. So I need my scientific method notes here, okay, because I'm in Unit 0, Lesson 5. Those are the notes that I'm going to put here. It will always be labeled at the top for you. So I'm going to go to Insert, Image, and I have mine saved on my computer, so I'm going to upload it from the computer. Again, if you're taking the picture with your Chromebook, it should be saved to the picture file on your computer. If you're getting it from your email, you'll probably be able to right-click and copy the picture and paste it in. But either way, I'm going to upload this one from the computer. And I'm going to go into my pictures because that's where it will come from. And for me, I like to have everything organized. So I made a folder called My Notes. And I have my notes labeled here. So U0, Unit 0, Lesson 5, Scientific Method. And it's going to insert the picture for you. Now, obviously, I cannot see this. I can't read it. So you just want to make sure you drag it and you format it to where it's viewable. Okay? And I'm going to center that so it looks really nice. And there are my notes for Unit 0, Lesson 5. So I can see that, I can read it, and this prevents you from having to do an upload submission every single day. So at the end of the unit, you should have all of these notes completed, and you will upload it for your quiz grade, your rehearse grade, okay? Now, what happens is, let's say you do sig figs. So tomorrow's lesson is sig figs for chemistry, or let's say physical science students, you need more than one of these slides for classification of matter. Let's say you're taking your notes by hand and you have 2 pages and they don't fit on one page. Totally fine. All you have to do is right-click and copy. And then underneath it, you can right-click and paste, and you can have as many slides for that lesson that you need. Okay, so if you need 3 or 4 slides, if you write really big, that's totally fine, because as long as the heading's at the top, I'll know which notes they are. Okay, and then once we get to the end of the unit, you will just submit your notebook like you do everything else, where you will share it and upload the URL. Okay, so this is what it should look like. Again, this picture I took with my phone just because it was a little bit easier for me to do that, and I emailed it to myself. But again, you can use your camera on your Chromebook. That's totally fine. You just want to make sure when you take the picture, it's clear. Take it in good lighting so that I can read your notes and grade them based on that Cornell note template or that rubric that I gave you. Okay. So again, I know that this is for chemistry, but physical science students, the same things apply. You will just upload your notes and just make sure that they correspond to the correct unit and the correct lesson. And then there will be a submission at the end of the unit to turn them in. Okay. So every day when you log in, underneath the notes, you'll see open your copy of your, whatever unit notebook it is, take your notes, and then add your notes to your notebook. You'll see those directions every day. And then on the last day of the unit, you will see a upload link, a submission for your notes. Okay. Just know, if you decide not to do your notes, you're going to get a 0 on a quiz grade. So just, for every single unit. So just be aware. These notes are very important for chemistry and for physical science. You guys have to take notes and have those examples in there to help you learn the content. Okay. As always, if you have any questions, let me know. And if not, I will see you guys in your next lesson. Bye, guys.